The question that we've been asked is, how do you use the taxes payable feature in ULAW? To do that, first let's look at taxes. So I'm going to look at December 31st taxes. So if I go into taxes, go to remittance, I change the date to December the 31st, of 2018, and see that last year I have collected this much tax and I've paid this much tax. So the easiest way is to say, hey, what is my tax owing? So I say 47010.56 and 6382.47. So if I do that, ULAW will calculate and tell you that, hey, this is the check that you need to write to CRA, right? You can do this for GST, you can do it for PST, it's the same thing. So I'll just walk you through the HST example, but you can do it for all. So now ULAW is telling you that this is what you can do, but you may not want to do that. You may want to transfer some credits later because you expect there's going to be more HST this year. You can transfer up to 2 years. So if you actually go ahead and write the check, you'll just put the check number here and you'll hit the transfer button. And what will happen is, in the bank, now you will see a $40,000 posting that you can reconcile. You can say, hey, this is the check I wrote to CRA, and you can reconcile it. But let's say you wanted to transfer less tax, like you don't want to kind of pay that much to CRA. So you can say, hey, I want to transfer some tax. You can do that for up to 2 years. You can say, hey, you know what, $30,000 is what. So is what is my max collected and my paid is this much. So you can actually post it into taxes payable. So you can say, hey, this is what I'm actually planning to pay, with my collections and my paid, and you can hit the transfer button. I want to show the ledger entry because it's very important that you understand the ledger entry. As you see here, on 31st of December, a ledger entry got posted where the taxes payable gets credited the amount, because that's what you owe to the government. Now when you write the check, what you can do is you can click on the action button, make it taxes payable, and this can be on, I don't know, on 5th of January or something like that, where this is when you wrote the check of $23,617.53, right? And you wrote it from your general, and you can say description that, and you can say paid to CRA, right? That's the money that you actually paid, and you can hit the submit button. When you do that, you'll see the posting now bringing down the taxes payable to 0. Now there is still a balance HST that you've taken over. So now today, if I would go back and click on remittance, you would now see that the taxes collected has been significantly reduced. And if I change it to 31st of December, you see that you paid off all your paid HST, but your collected, you still left a little bit. So now you can pay the second installment. You can say, hey, this is my second installment, 17010.56, and you can transfer that at the end of January, right? I can say again taxes payable, right? Hit the transfer button. So now what's happened is the tax collectively, both HST and GST have moved to taxes payable. And when it's time for you to actually write that check, maybe you're writing that check today, you can say taxes and then hit the taxes payable button, and you can say paid to CRA, and you can say 17,010.56, and you can actually choose the general account and hit the check number that you actually wrote and hit the submit button. So what taxes payable account allows you to do is move your HST or GST overalls to a single account and then write a check, combined to CRA or Quebec. In the province of Quebec, you can write it from there. So under action button, under taxes, you have two choices. One is remittance, where we calculate and you can directly write the check. Based on that, we'll help you with that calculation. But you are unsure, then what you can do is you can move that to taxes payable, and then park it there as an owings, and then write the check using the other button, which is taxes payable. Now similarly, you can do the same thing for taxes received as well. Like, when you get a taxes received, like, let's say you got a payment, you can kind of do the same thing, move it to taxes payable, and then handle the overall collective tax there. So to summarize, what we have done is, under taxes we have 3 buttons now. Remittance is where you will completely ULAW will calculate the taxes for you, and you can directly pay it using your general account. Like, that's option 1. If you move it to taxes payable, all you're doing is you're just moving your liability into the taxes payable section, and once you moved it to taxes payable, you know how much you owe or you need to get paid. And based on what it is, what you can do is you can go to your taxes payable and move it from this account, the taxes payable, into your bank, either as a payment, or if you actually received a refund, for some reason, you can post it there. So you can do it, you can handle tax that way.